Hi guys, welcome to your Pisces reading for the month of November 2019. Yay! God, you guys, thank you so much for your patience. Don't kill me. I have been waiting for quite some time to do this Pisces reading, and I'm really happy to finally sit down and do it. So next month for December, I'm going to start with Capricorn because Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces waited the longest to get their readings. So I'll start with you guys, so you'll be first, second, and third. All right, so just quickly, of course, I haven't really read the cards yet, so you may want to stick around and see if this resonates with you once I actually start reading the cards. But from what I'm seeing here, it looks like this is speaking to two people. This does feel very twin-like, to be honest, and the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm seeing this spiritual service here. I'm seeing the divine masculine here as well. I'm seeing another card about spiritual service, and I'm seeing this delay. There's a delay here in getting started on some spiritual service, and I'm seeing one person kind of, being kind of like, dude, what's going on? And having that that kind of stress and frustration. I almost said familiarity because actually Spirit said that in my ear, because for me that's a familiar thing, and I'm sure it is for a lot of you guys who may be watching. Let's guess which one is the one that is dragging his or her feet. Is it the masculine or the feminine? We can guess, but let's see what the cards have to say. But either way, I'm just seeing a message coming through for people who have that kind of dynamic. At least that's what I'm seeing preliminarily. But let's jump right into cards to see what's going on in the month of November. All right. So God bless you guys. For the first time in my entire career of reading, I got the first card that came out is a spiritual service card in the upside down and reversed. And that's just never happened for me. Honestly, it's either you get the card or you don't get the card. And if you get the card, you better believe you're coming into spiritual service. And if you're not coming into it, like, this card just doesn't exist for you. But to get it and then see it in the reversed, it's like, what? And the card right below it, I kid you not, is divine masculine. So there we are. We're getting that answer right off the bat. Now, sitting right next to the divine masculine card is a card that looks quite similar. It's my 1111 card, and whenever I draw this card in a reading, it usually comes out in relation to spiritual service or to a twin flame relationship. And in this reading, it's right out here, and it's sitting right between the divine masculine and the harmony card. And right above here, we have the spiritual service situation. So I really, really do think, TBH, to be honest, I just checked, oh my God, I just checked my phone to make sure that the lighting is okay, and it said 3 minutes and 8 seconds. That's 11. And it's funny because I was just looking right before I checked. I saw that card, which is also spiritual service. It says 38:11, and here's the 1111 card. And I was just about to tell you guys that this reading is definitely a twin flame reading, so that's our confirmation. So where do I begin? All right, dude, you late. Where are you? Okay, let's start on that level. So this reading is definitely calling out a divine masculine who has not shown up for service. Now, that being said, what does that look like? It looks like this. And I feel like some masculines don't want to hear this. The card's all dropping on itself. Don't want to hear it. This is what it looks like. It looks like a counterpart. Let's go ahead and say divine feminine, male, female, it doesn't matter. Sitting here with their one. They're ready. They've got their part. They're looking up at their higher self. Like, okay, well, where's the other person to make up this other 11, right? Sitting. It's interesting because check this out. There's the one waiting right next to the 21, but where's the spiritual service? But where is the counterpart? Where is the masculine? So that's the energy within which we find this reading for the month of November. But the card that comes right next to it, there are two cards that fall right there. Trust in the plan. 1 and 3 is 4. Trust in the plan. That's God. Whenever I see this card, it's God's. It's the idea of all that is, source energy, God, spirit, whatever you want to say, coming through and saying trust in the plan. This is divinely founded upon something that is real. So we see the 4. It's all about foundation, and there's a delay. I do feel there's a delay here. I'm seeing some cleanup that needs to happen, because I'm seeing this as DNA right here. There's some cleanup that needs to happen, core wounding cleanup, DNA cleanup, whatever. But I'm seeing that next to this 8 and 3, 11 card of earth healing, there is spiritual service. So if this reading resonates with you, it's either going to resonate with you or not, and please don't try to make it fit, right? So if it doesn't resonate with you and you'd like to continue to watch, go ahead and grab popcorn. But you know that when I do my readings, I do try to stress discernment. So you should know by now if this is for you or not. Grab some popcorn just in case it isn't. Ask your guides to help you, right? Spirit is saying that if you are on the, thank you, Spirit. Oh my gosh. The Spirit is saying if you are on the twin flame journey, you will have received some kind of hint or some kind, see that little teddy bear, cute? You will have received some kind of hint or some kind of something that goes way back, even before you even knew about this stuff about twins and whatnot. There will be peppered elements throughout your life. So it's not to say that one day you just were like, oh, we're kind of similar and I have a twin, or, you know, you should be able to look back, they say, and see this kind of these Easter eggs, so to speak, littered across your life in some way. All right, so that's what they're saying. So I'm seeing here that, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is that here? Was there something else there? Okay, anyway. Okay, hold on a second. There's usually another card that sits here. And now I'm wondering, was there a card? And now I'm starting to think there's a reason. Hold on, let me see. I think I need to draw another card. Let's draw, oops, excuse me, dropping everything. Please forgive the lighting again, guys. We're doing our best over here. By we, I mean me. Let's draw from the unicorn deck. But anyway, while I shuffle, yeah, so Spirit is saying that this reading is definitely for people on the twin flame journey. And Spirit is also saying to trust in the plan. There is going to be harmony in this connection. There really, really is, if this reading's for you. God bless. Following right there, we see this divine feminine, or whoever it is that's waiting, reassurance of the golden light. You will have what it is that you need. And I'm seeing the 36, which comes to a 9, and it kind of tells me that for a lot of us, union is not so far off, but I'm also getting that it's not like next month, okay? I'm seeing that there does need to be some healing for some divine masculines, or at least the ones that this reading is for. They're going to be going on some kind of journey that is going to open them up to this connection. So right now they just, oh my God, stop it, guys. Stop it. I couldn't even make this up. A card fell out and I was like, okay. And it's not even from this deck. And look what it says. Transformation is beautiful. Okay, get it. So let's go. That's exactly what they were just saying. These divine masks. It says 11. Oh my God, this is an 11 card at the top. Whoa. So I usually don't like to shuffle on camera. You guys know that because I'm an Aries and impatient. And I hate when readers shuffle during the video. But, sorry. But see what happens when we do shuffle? You get to see the magic of it. So Spirit is saying, as they were saying, yeah, let's put it here because that's where we were going. As they were saying, this divine masculine, no, forget that. I'm putting it here on top of him. The divine masculine is going through transformation right now. He's trying to get his healing on. He may not know that at this time, but that's what's going on. And you know what? I am picking up there is a delay in spiritual service. Now, if it's not a delay, then this is just about foresight, bringing this into you guys to let you know that yes, this relationship is real. Yes, this is a twin. And yes, if you've been feeling to build something with your twin, then you know that this is for your future. Interesting, over here, this is usually my marriage card. See this? This is usually my marriage card, even though it says foresight. But here what it shows us, it wanted to come right down underneath this card, which is, oh my God, this lighting. Okay. These two cards are mirroring each other. So I'm seeing this spontaneity, this fire, this dynamism, and it's almost like it's shaking, and it's like the feminine wants to move into marriage and union. You know, this is divine union, but this card wanted to, this marriage union card wanted to come under here, but instead I had to bring it over here. And this shows us that there just needs to be time taken. So for some of you, this message is a foresight situation, meaning, listen, this guy is for you. He is your twin, but he's not, you guys aren't going to be together now, not yet. This man has some more learning to do. He's got some transformation to do. So some of you may be separated by whatever reason. Any reason you can think about it and say it. Doesn't have to necessarily mean that this guy is still in third party zone or he's still trying to be up in the clubs. It doesn't mean that. It could be anything that is separating the two of you. I feel that this is along the journey. See this destiny card right after that. Oh, there it is. So many cards are coming out. I don't even know where to go. All right, you have the destiny card 2 times. Here we have these fires, this dynamism. It's like the spark. It's like just ready to just combust, and divine feminine's ready. She's like, come on, let's get this going. I want to get in that bed. Let's get some conception. Let's, give birth to whatever this is. And the destiny card following right after shows, yes, it is. And look at that energy. She just wants to flip open that book. But hold on a second. The reason why this marriage card is not here where it wants to be, it's over here, is because look what has to happen first. Healing. Some more healing. And I'm feeling a little bit of frustration. When I say a little bit, it usually means a lot. And I'm trying not to let myself get in the reading. But I'm just like, dude, how long does it take you to get on your stuff? Come on. Like, how old are you? Hurry up. Hurry up. So that's a lot of the energy that I'm feeling. But it's also energy coming from a lot of you. That's sheer frustration. Okay? So if you are the person who is still kind of like the one who we could say is dragging your feet, whether you're the masculine or feminine, and this reading is coming across as a masculine. If you are the divine feminine, but it applies to you, then it resonates with you, it's for you. Then you might be like, I'm trying, or I don't get it, I don't see it the way you see it. But a lot of people are out there and they're ready, just like that north is north and south is south. You're ready, and you have to be with this person. There's something you need to be doing, but you also know what's the hold up. And so that's kind of this energy, and that's why there's so many YouTube readings out there that cater to people. And guess who's usually watching? The divine feminines are usually the ones watching, because they're more spiritually awake and faster than the masculine. And of course there are reasons alchemically for that, but I just want you guys to feel that that's that frustration that's coming through is definitely the frustration that I'm feeling in this community, and also on behalf of me, because it's like you want to get stuff done, your spiritual mission, service, and part of the materials that you need, in this case the person, just isn't ready. And so Spirit is coming through to say, we get that. We totally understand that. Look at this card. Let's look at this card that's choosing to come through. Let me see if I can raise the lighting on that. This is the Judgment card. And just so you know, for all 12 of the zodiac signs that I did for the month of November, we used the After Tarot. But this one Pisces wanted specifically to use the Mermaid Tarot. And look at the Judgment card. Here's the feminine ready to bust out of these cute little eggs. These are mermaid eggs. Cute. That's what I'm thinking. And the Judgment it's calling. It's like, come on, let's get started. And she's looking at her masculine, and he's still in his egg. So that this one card symbolizes this whole dynamic here. And from that frustration, especially viewed from not the highest of spiritual places, if you're low on the ground and you're like, man, where's my guy? He said he'd love me. Like, what's going on? I don't understand. From a higher perspective, you're able to see all this stuff and the healing and the this and the DNA activations that need to happen and the past life interference and the karmic, and we could see all that, and there's a rationale for it. But when you're in the trenches, what it feels like is this person is on my last damn nerve. I'm being rejected, cheated on, lied to, abandoned, all sorts of stuff, and there's this feeling of not understanding why, and it's a very frustrating feeling. And then this is your person, but yet nothing in the 3D acknowledges that. But yet a lot of you, because you're twins, you may have these they're saying now, Spirit is saying you may have these inklings of forever. They're saying to check your expectations, because not a lot of you are supposed to work out into forever. So sometimes it's about being activated and then moving along down your own path, which I think sucks, but but Spirit doesn't. All right. But yeah, so that puts another fork in the road, guys. It's like sometimes you just come together for this spark to happen, and then you guys go on your own ways to kind of have this exchange. They spoke about this in a daily reading some days ago. I'm sorry, don't remember which day it was, but if you've been keeping up, then you will kind of maybe remember something like that. And so sometimes it's about getting the drop off. You guys are divine messengers. You're both pages for each other, and then you kind of go your separate ways. But the thing about it is, we definitely want to romanticize things. We definitely want things to work out, and so we have this feeling that there's going to be a forever story and a continuation story beyond that initial meeting and bonding and exchange of information. But what I'm seeing here, though, is the marriage card. So I definitely do feel that for those who are in this reading, unless Spirit, your angels touch you on the shoulder at some point during the reading to tap out at that moment, I do feel that there is going to be a connection, but it's just not right now. And remember, there are many, many reasons why you may not be in connection. You may be oceans apart. You may be, one may be married, not yet divorced. Somebody may be sick. Somebody may be still in the clubs, whatever it is. Or someone just may not be awake yet. Whatever that is. I'm seeing that. But let's continue on. Spirit is telling us this meeting, this encounter, these situations are by divine design. Now, I have to jump in and say, I'm feeling that some of you, to be honest, Spirit often refers to you guys as readers, okay? So angels are readers. So I'll be like, what messages come through from my angels? Or sometimes I'll say, what messages come through from my readers? Like, those words will pop into my mind. So some of you may be readers, or they're referring to you as this. But I'm getting that some of you guys, not all, but a very small few listening to this, may not be in this month of November 2009. It'll be in the future or whatever. Like, this may be like a video that you watch, one of the first few videos that you watch, following a super strange encounter that you've had with somebody. You might be like, who was that person? What was that? I don't even know what that was. And somehow you're watching YouTube and this or doing something, and this concept of a twin comes to mind, or somebody or comes to your eyes, or somebody like a friend is like, dude, he might be your twin, and you're like, what's that? So for some of you watching this may be a completely new concept altogether. All right. And in that case, welcome. May I welcome you to the Twin Flame community? Buckle up. I'm sorry. I'm so terrible. But that's what that is. So Spirit is saying that for newbies and people on this journey for a while alike, they're saying trust in this divine design. This is impeccable. They're saying this project that you're on, this sacred service, this sacred contract, is beyond design, beyond divine design. Yeah, so sorry, Spirit was just saying something. Yes. So this is definitely by divine design. All right? So it's almost like we can, I was going to say, we can trust in the process, we can trust in the plan, and we already have that card right there. Now they're saying this moment of ecstasy, whatever this moment of ecstasy is that you share with this twin. Now, I know some of you are like, well, it's been shitty since day one. If I really look at it. And then others are like, yes, we had this amazing moment. It was just, whatever. There's a range. Whatever it is, they're saying this ecstasy is best designed as the spark that brings you two together. It's the spark that not only brings you two together, but that pops when you two come together. It's got to be enough of a pop to get you to be like, who is this? What is this? Why is this happening? And from that moment, that spark, comes this invitation to inquiry, this desire to inquire within, to find clarity. A lot of us turn to seers and, readers, and they're also saying a lot of us turn into seers and readers as well. And notice inside of this crystal ball, there is this lightning that always looks to me like tower moment, right? A lot of us turn to people who can help us and give us this wisdom. Why? Because it's going to be a bumpy ride. It's going to be tower moment after tower moment. And these bumpy rides, third parties, lies, ghosting, whatever it is that happens, it's almost like it's so much. There's so much going on. There's just a lot of tumult year after year. For some of you in it for years and months and up and down and in and out and here today, gone tomorrow. All of this stuff and all the melee that comes. Just see it as a lot of information being processed quickly. So here we have this woman's head and we have this whoosh, this energy just swirling and swirling, but we have the information coming in and needing to be processed quickly as it goes out, and then more information coming in, and you see that. And the challenge is always to keep yourself centered. See how there's that star up in the top, in the middle? Keep yourself centered, keep yourself grounded. Just get yourself grounded into this earth, because it's about grounding and being that stability for yourself. As all this information is processed, as all this emotional pain is triggered and processed, and 22 minutes and 22 seconds, get it, God? All right. So they're saying that it's like, it's just a whirlwind from meeting. From the meeting, it sparks your interest. You go inward, you seek answers. All of a sudden you're having this influx of information, numbers, 1111 here, 444 there. Things start making sense, then things don't make sense. This person's here today, then they're gone tomorrow. He's talking to you or she's talking to you, but then she's off somewhere else, and you're together, but then one takes a job way across the expanses, and it's like there's so much going on for you. And they say that they understand, and somewhere within those fires of that fire, see how it's like, whoop, look at that. Somewhere in all of the fire that has been sparked and all of the dynamism lies the hope for reconnection, the hope for commitment, the hope for understanding, the hope for a breakthrough, a hope, some of us, for just to be done, whether it's to just end and walk away so you can at least have your sanity, or to end in peace and just you want your life back, whatever this is. And a lot of you do hope for change at the very least, but so many of us hope for happy endings. And I'm seeing that for those on this call, there are definitely those of you who, yes, there is going to be a happy ending for you, but not until this healing happens. Now I'm seeing here that for some of you this has the potential to manifest in this lifetime, but I'm also seeing that for some of you this may be, not this lifetime. And in that case, I'm seeing this destiny book close, because it's like you were supposed to come together and spark each other and then move onward and then continue your learning elsewhere. And of course, continue to go through your healing, which will take the rest of this lifetime, and then maybe in another lifetime come together for marriage. But remember, this is all about the realm of a personal reading to really decide or determine what it is in your case. There are just so many of you listening, and so many of you are going to be listening outside of the month of November, right? So just remember that, guys. Please don't get triggered into fear and sadness and this and that, because I've definitely seen people get turned around in these readings, and then when they come to a personal reading with me, then like they just get what theirs is, and they're like, oh, okay, that makes sense, or blah blah blah. So please, anytime you watch readings on YouTube or get readings, that are generalized, please have your angels and guides with you, and always say the discernment prayer, right? In the sense that, please God, please protect whatever it is that I already know and that is already true for me within, and please help me to let go of that which is not true that I'm holding on to. And as I encounter this new information, whatever it is, at any given time, guys, please God, I ask that you only let me hold on to that which is true, and that which is not true for me, please release it, okay? Because I know that I can't consume everything. Everything's not for me, okay? Now, I'm definitely seeing the Destiny card 2 times for you guys here, Pisces. I'm seeing Destiny here, and there's also Destiny. Oops. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Spirit is so good. Sometimes their messages are so clear, and I invite those. Remember, I'm just getting a lot about the divine feminine in this counterpart, in this connection, being in a state of waiting and waiting and waiting. And part of the twin flame journey, it's very much a staple of the feminine situation to be frustrated and faster and in wanting this connection, and therefore needing to have to wait for divine timing. So I'm seeing that here, but remember, this card over here assured us that you will have what it is that you need along this way, and you will have this connection with your masculine, whether it's this lifetime or another. I'm seeing here it is part of the destiny of the divine feminine. Here she is, super cute, to be in incubation, to be at the mercy of divine timing. See here the coloring? It's a connection. So they're saying that, yes, you're waiting. A lot of you have been waiting, some of you for decades. And God, Jesus, I don't even know how you do it. Let me just put that out there. Let me shake your hand. Okay, because I see that, and I'm getting frustrated from your journey. Okay, the frustration is just that energy that just hangs there. It just hangs there, and it's like you're hanging out there. And I wouldn't be surprised if I got the hanged man here. Just like, what are we doing? But they're showing that that's part of the sacred journey, and part of that is an offering to the male. I almost said the male species, to the divine masculine. It's an offering that I will wait, right? While you, these two cards are right next to each other. I will wait for you, and work on me, while I wait for you to work on you and to bring this into balance together. So that is a sacred gift. So if you are a masculine, and we do have masculines who do watch, guys, okay? So if you are a masculine and you're identifying with the masculine journey at this time, you can also identify it with the female, divine female's journey as well. Because remember, we have male and females, all of us, male and female aspects from the divine masculine and the divine feminine together, and they're activated at different times, right? But right now, it just generally this is generally for this part, this message about the waiting person. That's for someone who's predominantly identifying with their divine feminine at this time, and the one who's kind of like not there yet and is still going through their transformation to be able to come to the table and to come into their spiritual service. That person has more of their divine masculine activated within them. Okay, so the one who is carrying more of the divine feminine, this is usually a gift, an offering to the divine masculine to say, yes, I will wait for you while you continue to gather information, to have this balance, and to come in to fruition with me. But of course, guys, you know that's coming from a higher perspective, right? Because from the lower perspective, from the lower perspective, you're definitely not having that idea. You're like, a lot of you are like, I'm not waiting for this guy. This guy wants to be up in the clubs, and he wants to have his cake and eat it too. He wants to have babies all over the kingdom, and he wants me to wait, and then he's cheating. No, I'm not waiting for this person, and blah blah blah. And then a lot of you are like, yes, well, I know my guy's going through stuff, and I am gonna wait for him, but I'm lonely, I'm frustrated. And for that set, you run the risk of not taking action for yourself, and as Spirit is saying, outdating yourself, right? So there are many reactions that divine feminines have to this higher aspect of waiting and divine timing, and waiting for the male to balance himself to come into balance with her. It's like we're so many different variations of the divine feminine that we each have our own journey. Excuse me, just like the divine masculine has his own journey. There are different reasons why they're not in union now. They're not in their spiritual service. Okay, so let's see where to go next. God bless us. Yeah, oh wow, we covered a lot of cards. All right, let's come down here. So Pisces, continuing down here, I'm picking up more on the more lower level details. When I say lower level, I mean more from the earthly 3D space. Remember, that differs in vision and scope and perspective and all of that, and function from the higher level. I'm just going to say 5D. Listen, IDK, if it's 5D, 7D, 9D, I don't know. But we'll just say the higher perspective, 5D, whatever you want to say. In the 5D, that's where we get these major themes and understandings and concepts. In the lower 3D, that's where we deal with the details of the he said this yesterday and she did that tomorrow, and you know, like that. So looking down here in the lower, in the more 3D, I'm seeing that there is the King of Wands, who I do believe is coming through as this more masculine expression. They're in the upside down. I keep saying upside down, and I feel like a second grader for some reason, or someone watching, you know, that show. But I want to say the reverse. All right, you guys know they're in the reverse. And so what this shows me is this person, masculine, is not coming towards you as yet. Coming towards his feminine as yet. He's holding the Ace of Wands here, right? This King of Wands is holding the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands being that divine opportunity, ready for union, ready for connection, commitment. Oops, sorry. My light turned off. My PlayStation keeps turning off. Hold on one sec. Okie doke. It's back up. All right. So anyway, as I was saying, King of Wands, this would be the divine masculine in a space where he has accepted this opportunity to get started on his spiritual service. See, the colors are matching here, very that bluish feeling. However, what we are seeing is, as we've been seeing, if you are locked into this reading and it's for you, we're seeing a divine masculine who is not expressing himself as being ready as yet. Well, what is he doing? Well, let's take a look. I feel that the divine masculine here, coming across as the Nine of Wands, but not in its traditional sense. This is somebody who is still gathering information, okay? Then remember, the Nine of Wands speaks of the wounded warrior, the one tired from the journey, the one just holding out. It could be somebody who doesn't want to give in, right? All of these could also pertain to your masculine, in that a lot of them are running away. They don't want to accept this burden. They see the burden. Holy moles, there it is. The spiritual burden is what I was going to say. Some of them are running from their spiritual service. If I could get on this camera, I would, and I could, but I'm not going to because I'm not camera ready. But imagine me looking you guys in the eyeballs and saying, listen, divine feminine, I want to liberate every divine feminine out there right now. I don't care what your man has done to you, okay? I don't care. Let me tell you, the reason why I don't care is because they don't see you. I don't want you to feel rejected, and I'm saying that as I'm struggling with that myself. I don't want you to feel rejected. I don't want you to feel abandoned. I don't want you to feel anything, because, listen, that man is not seeing you. He is seeing spiritual burden. That's what he's seeing. When he sees you, he wants to run the opposite way. You know why? Because instead of seeing his feminine, there's something that rings in his mind of this. Okay? And he's like, nope, don't want that call. This is somebody who is not ready or not willing to take on the mantle and deliver on what it is that he said he's going to do. Why? Because it's too hard. Because I still want to play. I want to be quote unquote free. A lot of these masculines see the life of non-spiritual service as freedom, and that's because they don't want to be quote unquote locked down, and they equate spiritual service with something that is going to be a burden to them, and one where they can't be themselves, and one there they have to do this and they have to do that, and you know, we do raise our boys in many of our societies, the US included. We raise them to be these quote unquote free birds and to just do as they please, have what they want, have who they please, sleep with where they, you know, all these things. And we don't teach them basic principles like accountability, integrity, doing what's right, things like that. And excuse me if you're a divine masculine watching this and you were taught those, but I'm talking about the vast majority of men in the United States and around the world who are not driven in this direction. And so for them, they're given all sorts of false freedoms, and then when it comes time to step into a service that they contracted with many eons ago, they are not willing to do it. And so when their partner shows up, in this case it's divine feminine, you know, she's coming in, she's like, Romeo, and he's like, skirt, bondage. Okay. Okay, ghost. And so that's why I'm trying to liberate a lot of you feminines. He's not seeing you, he's on some level seeing that thing that he sees as a burden, and he's not ready to do that yet. Also, a lot of times they're not ready because they haven't, Spirit is saying, they haven't put themselves through the paces yet to complete their spiritual learning. They've been kind of hanging out. A lot of times men aren't, and this is a social thing again, a lot of times they're not pushed forward. They yes, they're driven to be career oriented, and they're driven to get that money and whatever it is, but they're not driven to spiritual pursuits. They're not driven to go inward. They're not driven to heal core wounds. In fact, they're pushed away from doing that. Please, guys, do definitely look at that. If you haven't, look at the daily reading from a few days ago, that where the divine masculine actually led the discussion. So thank you again for that. Divine masculine came through. It should be in the title a few days ago, November, I don't know what, 14, 13, 12, I don't know. And he talked all about this connection about between the twin flames, and how and his biggest thing was, please forgive us. Yes, but please, no, he wants to say that again. Please forgive us. Okay, he really wants to push that down. Please forgive us for not taking this burden. Sorry, seriously. Sorry, they have a sense of humor. Please forgive us for not taking this seriously. Yeah, they're like, oops, did the word burden slip out of my mouth? Yes, it did. We heard that. It's on camera. But they're also saying that they are taking their time on their journey because it's their journey. I know. I know. Listen. They talked about this a lot on that daily reading about the masculine. Go check it out, guys, if you haven't. And if you have and you forgot about it, check it out again. It's about the divine masculine coming through. Anyway, and he talks about us, like us divine feminines, leaving them be to explore as an individual their lives, because it's like, let me be, woman. You know, it's like, we women, divine feminines, we want to connect so badly because duh, we're supposed to. Hello, we can get this done. But what happens is that because of our rushing, the masculine, it's like they're automatically roped in to feeling like they have to show up at a certain time to get this done. And yes, you may have finished early, divine feminine, because you were gung-ho and you want to get together and you want to do this and you want to have kids and you want to whatever, but they want to take their time because they want to be free and they want to explore and they want to do this and they want to come into union when they're ready. They're saying, and so they want you to respect the journey that they're going through. So you see, they're saying they recognize the frustration, but you know, if you want to move fast, obviously they're going to want to move slowly, you know, like it's the yin yang, whatever it is. And so that's why here we see a lot of guys, everyone's moving slowly, the men and women doing their thing, but once women get into ready mode, they're like, all right, let's do it. But he's like, I'm not ready yet. And so it's like they're saying it would go smoother if women, like I'm saying women meaning divine feminine, if the divine feminine came into her awareness and then she kept herself busy and just waited until he came into his awareness, and then they can be on the road, get in the car, be on the road. But it's like one person's ready and they're like, TikTok, when no one was giving them the TikTok treatment while they were doing their stuff, right? So it's like the burden of the person who's ready second and the freedom of the person who's ready first, kind of. And he's like, I'm seeing him pick up this stick, and he's all mad about it, like, you know, put it in here, put it in here. So it's like, they're not really mad, guys. They're just using it with a sense of humor. With joy is the word that they want to use to kind of convey this dilemma. They're saying this very human dilemma between the males and the females, especially when it comes to the twin flame journey. So they're saying, let me pick my apples, my cherries, whatever, and I will pick up the phone and connect when I'm ready. Now, the rest of us, we're like, dude, I'm ready to kill you, because now we're hearing that you're sleeping with who, and you're doing what, and you're moving to where, and you're taking what job where, and you're just sitting in your room not even thinking about me because you want to play video games. Like, this is the mentality of divine feminine. And so she's in this, look, this is Knight of Swords, rushing in energy. And what I'm seeing is her coming in like, if you don't get your butt out here in the next 10 minutes, you're going to taste this steel. That's the energy that I'm feeling. And look at the card that comes right after. She's like looking at me like, this alarm's about to go off. If this man's not ready in 5 minutes, you know, so that's that frustrating energy that we've been feeling. And divine masculine is coming in to combat that a little bit and to say, and they're saying to put you in your place because you're doing too much. You're like, you know, it's like this wave of trying to come in. So a lot of you on this call, I'm going to open this up to anybody, Pisces / whoever, a lot of you on this call, if you might be sharing this dynamic if this is for you. So if before you put a thumbs down, if your thumb is downing because you don't like my face or my voice, great, then go for it, you know. But if your thumb's downing because this reading didn't resonate with you, that I'm going to ask you not to do that, because that just means that this reading's not for you, and while you may be a twin, this isn't your dynamic, right? Assuming you're even a twin to begin with. So just a reminder there. Discernment, guys. And now I'm having deja vu. I feel like this is a reading that I feel like I've given before. I don't know when, another lifetime? I don't know. Anyway, so we're seeing that here. This is showing masculine who is not ready. They're still going through their paces. A lot of them are still turning their back on this connection, because not because they don't like you, because the connection's there, but because they are not ready for services yet. They need to go through this healing, as we said. And we see there's destiny involved in this dynamic for the divine feminine to finish first and to be ready first and to go into incubation. But that's why you see a lot of these readings talking to divine feminines like, hey, I know you're done, but now this person's not ready, but now you have to focus on you, focus on your career, focus on healing, focus on this. It's almost like focus on anything else except this. And it's usually in those moments when divine feminine is able to do that they give birth to all kinds of things, Now I'm being drawn to here. Remember how I told you this card wanted to snuggle in right under here? This card that's lying down is the spontaneity card. That's the fire, that's that dynamism that burns between the two of you. And divine feminine feels that warmth, and she wants marriage. She wants union. She wants connection. She wants it all. She just wants to get in your skin, if that's possible. Okay, masculine. Let's be honest, right? Let's be honest. If divine feminine can just jump right into that body, like that's what would happen. And some of you are like, yes, all right, yes. Listen, I know, because I am one. All right, we're like, let's do everything together. But this is that marriage card. They want to do it. And you have the foresight, feminine, to know that union will occur, whether it's in this lifetime or another lifetime. But the very fact that this says foresight, Spirit is saying, it's not time yet. It's destiny, but it's destiny that healing must occur first, and then union happens, okay? Now, that being said, instead, in this place where that card wanted to go, I actually put it down before, and then I felt like I had to move it there. The card that came here is the Six of Cups, okay? So some of you, they're saying is instead, in lieu of this union, you have to form connections. Connections with others, of course. Trust me, I hate hearing that. Because I'm like, how many more everybody I know is a connection already. Okay, except the one connection that I'm really wanting, and now you're saying to go back to connections and make more connections. I'm like, why did you introduce me to this person in the first place, right? There's that frustration, because I'm sure a lot of you are like, what, make more friends? More friends? Okay, so it's like, come on. But what I'm seeing here in this card is they're not only saying to make more friends and to focus on other connections and do all that, they're saying to have this connection at the friendship level with you and your hunbun, your twin. They're saying it's almost like they're like tag team, shake and bake. They're fist bumping with their, let's touch mics, touch cups. And they're doing their thing. They're agreeing to do their thing for right now. And so have friends, but turn a blind eye to this divine masculine as he, quote unquote, has friends. Because you know what? We don't know who the doctor is that they need. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Oh. Excuse me. Their doctor, who's the person who's going to be giving them the healing? A lot of times it is a third party. And we know that, right? And that's the worst, right? A lot of times it is a marriage, and that's bad. That's worse too. A lot of times it's an illness, right? That sucks. A lot of times it's a heartbreak of their own that they have to go through. They go through some kind of trauma, which may not be related to a relationship, but something else, the loss of something big, and it changes their heart. It opens their heart space. A lot of times it could be an accident, something physical that shuts them down, brings them back to ground zero. It could be anything, whatever that healing is. Sometimes it's the loss of you, divine feminine. Sometimes it's when you walk away. That's what triggers them into this awareness. And so I know that's like hard to hear. It's hard to hear that this person has to go through stuff, because your next question is, okay, well, how long is that going to take? And that's something we don't know. It really is. And divine masculine's pumping his head in a little again. He's like, hey, hello, can we just be able to do our journey in our own time? Thanks, bye. It's kind of like that, right? So how long they take, we don't know. It's up to them. And let's look here. But what Spirit is showing us down here, we have the Chariot. Oh, the Strength card. It looks like the Chariot card, but the Strength card. But as I'm saying it here, oh, excuse me, I have to yawn. Oh my gosh, excuse me, guys, getting a little later here where I am. But what they're showing here is the Strength card. They're saying have strength, not only for divine feminine, but divine masculine. And they're showing that this card here is the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. So it's like have strength during this time when things are not fully like set up. Some of you want to be together. Some of you can't be together right now because of unforeseen circumstances. Maybe someone's married, maybe someone's across the ocean, maybe somebody has children, maybe somebody is incarcerated, whatever it is. I'm just seeing this lack of physical foundation, not having everything in place, right? And they're saying to have strength, and they're showing that this. See how this beautiful mermaid is taking this net off of this cute whale who's just trying to be free. They're showing that they're working. Spirit is working to help unburden this connection. Part of that is bringing healing to both parties, but also part of that is focusing and helping things to work out in the physical, right? So that you can have what it is that you need. Now, what I'm seeing here, I'm seeing the Magician. I'm seeing, okay, this is the male, and then divine masculine, and then the divine feminine. Remember, it could be male, female on either side, female, female, male, 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 female, female, male, or whatever, non-binary, I don't know, right? Doesn't matter. But what we're seeing here, this is the Magician card and the High Priestess card. The Magician card came out to represent the divine masculine, and the High Priestess came out to represent the divine feminine. Notice how they both have these magical approaches. Him in the physical, her in the non-physical and intuitive, in the intuitive sphere. Yeah, so I'm seeing here in the divine, they're showing this is complementary. They use both these cards to show that. I'm seeing here that for divine masculine, there's going to be a time when he tries to put an end to this connection. A lot of you on this call have already gone through that, where he's probably tried to, kill you, so to speak, or, like just in the figurative sense, dear God, figurative, kill the connection, move on, put distance between you, whatever it is that he tried. But now I'm just seeing more of a divine masculine. If this is your reading, obviously this reading is for divine masculines and feminines who are going to be coming into union. I really do feel in this lifetime, and that's the main strain here. But for those of you on the call who this isn't your story in particular, you do have elements within this reading to learn from. That's why the Spirit said to get some popcorn earlier, because there are things that you're going to be learning from. Some of you might not be in union in this lifetime, it'll be later, but there are elements that apply to you as well. And again, some of you are new to this journey by the time you get this message, and could be helpful for you. All right, so we have a few people on the call. Discernment is important. But going back to specifically to the masculines and feminines for whom this reading is for, in the month of November, I'm seeing that you, or whenever you watch this, I'm seeing that you're going to be, as a divine masculine, coming into an energy where you're like, okay, I'm receiving this call for spiritual service. I'm not quite there yet, but instead of reaching for this sword, I'm willing to reach for this wand. You see? And that's a step in the right direction. That shows somebody coming into completion of some cycle and moving into a new cycle. And this new cycle is one where the thought of union with the feminine and the thought of following their passion, however the divine masculine perceives of it to be, he's just more open to it. So he may be more open to it in the sense like, oh wow, I guess I should pick up this guitar and get started, right? I almost said guard. That might be a reason, that a meaning. But I guess I should pick up this guard. Got it. So a lot of them have been on guard and kind of on guard with the feminine and not wanting to be there. It's time to pick that up and get rid of it, right? But also I'm seeing what may be on the conscious mind of the masculine, maybe something like, I wonder how Sherry's doing, right? Sherry's the divine feminine. I wonder how Sherry's doing. I haven't spoken to her in 4 years, or I haven't spoken to her in a bit. Or like, I should probably pick up this guitar and get playing again. Unbeknownst to him, his spiritual service with his divine feminine is going to have to do with music. He's not thinking about her in particular. He's thinking about connecting with his craft. And sometimes it's really just like, dude, I miss my girl. Of all the people I've been with, she held it down, and I know she wants to connect with me. Let me see what's going on with her. I don't know if she wants me back. Whatever it is that's going on in the what's the word? Sorry, Spirit is talking to me, so I'm trying to think too. In the physical, whatever's going on in the physical, they're in their mind, in the conscious mind, it's like a reaction to the spirit that's coming through. But while I'm trying to get this out, spirit is saying that it's counterintuitive, because at the same time, feminine, divine feminine is getting feelings of walking away. So if this is your story in particular, you may be starting to like think about abandoning ship. But look at how she's under the moon. You know, the moon is illusionary. It carries fear. So, you know, we've been going through a lot. You may be like thinking like, is this the right thing? Am I better off without this person? Like, I don't really want this person anymore. You may be waffling. And so he's coming more into balance and wanting to be open to this connection, to at least see what it is all about. And meanwhile, she's like, this is more of a headache than I could ever know. She's also, some of you may also be getting some bad advice. I'm getting bad advice from YouTube readings or from people around you telling you to walk away from this union. You know, like, it's not my job to tell you what to do. But I am seeing that if this is for you, I would advise you maybe to stay invested in some way, because a lot of you are under illusions here, and I think it's taking up a lot of your mental space, and a lot of you are thinking, you're confusing intuition with fears. You're confusing fears with intuition. So correct me if I'm wrong, but if this is for you, you may be at this time feeling like, oh, this person doesn't want me. That's a big one. This person doesn't want me. Meanwhile, he's totally into you, or, you know, you're just not seeing it. He's holding back, right? Or this person will never leave this connection he's in, or this person puts his career over me, or never in a million years would he choose me because I'm no good. Ooh, that one's deep. This is definitely tapping into some fears and insecurities. So divine feminine, for you in particular, you got to be careful right now, because I'm seeing this person, this male, opening up to this connection. Spiritual service still is not activated for this guy, but they're going through transformation. And what happens, notice how the colors are similar here. What happens once this transformation is underway is that he's starting to open up to the prospect. Look at the wand. It's starting to get red. And look now, because it's starting to get hot and warm under here in this ocean, look at these fish starting to prop up around it. Soon that wand is going to be completely illuminated, and the worst thing is for him to like come looking for you in spiritual service, to be right side up and like, dude, let's do this, and you've walked away because of your fears. In this case, I'm getting it's because of fears and insecurities. A lot of it is fear and insecurity. A lot of it also, for other feminines, it's less about I'm no good and I'm not enough and never in a million years would he want me, and more about like, I have no evidence in this 3D to support that this person wants me. What am I doing here? Like, I don't even know if I want this anymore. I'm wasting my time. This person, I've tried reaching out, they're just like looking at me with blank eyes, or not even responding, or giving me pittance. All sorts of things are going on here, and that's why you're under the moon's influence right now. So I would say be careful in the month of November, divine feminine. If this reading resonates with you, I wouldn't make any strong moves in the month of November. I would just chill, allow myself to be incubating, allow myself to be incubated, and focus on your dreams and passions. Focus on keeping your mind straight. Don't get swayed, okay? Because see how this, ooh, look at how this candle's right between the two of you. There's a spark here. The spark has been delivered. A lot of you are coming through initiations. Same with your divine feminine, divine masculine, and feminine. Yeah, see, the men have been going through masculine. That's why I said same with your divine feminine, right? Let's take a look at the masculine. The masculine has the sun card. Look at this. That energy is coming down. That's initiation. We were just talking about that. And look who's illuminated. The other one. Right? Notice he hasn't noticed this other one yet. He's seeing like, what's this? Right? So I'm seeing a masculine who is not there yet, but the masculine who is awakening. So please, if you're feminine and you're relating to this, don't be like, thumbs down. I'm not waiting for this man anymore because he... So if you don't feel this is yours, then it's not for you. But even if you have that kind of voice, you still fall into this category. It's possible you still fall into this category, because I'm picking up on the divine feminine who is losing faith and may tell herself that she's losing interest, but it's not interest that she's losing, it's losing faith. Okay? And understandably, for many reasons. some of which I've just mentioned. But look at the card he's getting the Sun card. Look at the card that's lying over you, Devil card. All right? The Devil card. What does that mean? They're saying you've got all this evidence around you not to give up, but you're choosing to see yourself as locked up. You're getting caught up, they're saying. Understandably. But look, I'm getting the Nine of Pentacles card. You're single. And some of you are like, I'm single, ready to mingle. That's great, right? If you need to get out there, but don't give up on this connection as something that could possibly come to fruition. Because I'm seeing that a lot of you are trying to move away and walk away. And look at this. You're entertaining these devil ideas of being single from this connection. Be careful, feminine. All right? Be careful. And the reason why I'm saying be careful is because we've been having a lot of astrological things happening. Remember, we had the new moon in Scorpio, which was kicking some butts. We had the full moon in Taurus now. We're in Mercury retrograde. People are coming back to us. We're getting distracted. Communication sucks. All sorts of stuff. We just passed through the 11/11 manifestation portal. All sorts of stuff is going on, so it's definitely not a time to make any big decisions. So I would hold off and wait for a bit, especially considering that clearly the feminine is going through something. The masculine is awakening, right? And the feminine is wavering. So be careful. All right, take a look here. We're almost done this reading, but I'm seeing here, this is the feminine. I feel that, if you can hold on and do your thing, be open to having this new beginning, this fresh new way of seeing things, right? Pull yourself up, do your stuff. I see a lot of you coming through a really hard time and having a new beginning. You may already have had it, but if you haven't had it, it's coming in the month of November. Amen. I see a lot of you are going to be taking to journaling. So look at you as the Hierophant, right? Taking to journaling. A lot of you are going to be writing down your thoughts, focusing on making plans for your future, planning about just all sorts of stuff. I'm seeing baby planning as well. Are some of you, God bless you, if this is you, definitely make a comment in the comments below. I'm seeing some of you planning to have children, but on your own. Maybe artificial insemination. I'm seeing that. Some of you want children and you're entertaining the idea of doing that on your own, right? Let me see if I can draw a card for that. Hold on. I mean, if not, then I'd let you know, but let me see. Okay, let me hold on. Let me shove it out, shove. Okay, God. For those who are entertaining artificial insemination, to have a child on their own, whoopsies, and to raise, is that focusing? Yes. And to raise your child on your own. Let's see. I'm seeing that for those of you who are, could be one person, it could be quite a few, because always remember, if there's one, there are many. I'm seeing that for you in particular, Divine Feminine, who is entertaining the idea of having your own insemination, artificial insemination. I'm seeing that you have ideas that it's going to be, I'm seeing this ecstasy card, ideas that it's going to be great, that it's what you need, that it's the way that you need to move on. I see it as you being very future oriented, saying, well, this is the thing of the future. People are doing it. I'm stable. I can take care of myself. Why not, right? Hold on. Let's see. Oopsies. Now, I'm just pulling some cards here. Now, I'm seeing that, hold on. Got it. Thank you. Advice? Oh. Okay. All right. So, this is not for all of you, obviously. For all of you who are entertaining this idea of having a baby on your own through artificial insemination, because you're like, it's a future thing, people are doing this, I can do it, I can afford it, this and that. I, first of all, want to say, don't just listen to what I say. You need to get a personal reading to really do your thing. Always listen to the flame within. I'm hearing that. So always go with your intuition. But what I'm getting is that a lot of you may be coming, just check yourself. You may be coming from a place of bitterness, because I'm seeing this is that bitter, I'm sorry about the, I'm trying to zoom focus here so you can see. It's either the lighting or the focus, right? I'm seeing that you are kind of bitter about the end of something. You've been trying to put something to rest, right? And what are you putting to rest? An ending caused by, I almost said third party, but I was going to say ending caused by a tower, whatever your tower is. So this definitely, I'm seeing it as a response to something that happened with your twin or something that happened in your life. And I'm feeling that this is your way of telling yourself you want to get out of your circumstances and move on and have the family you've always wanted, with even if you don't have the person with you. You're seeing it as empowerment. It's like turning the tower into power, right? But it looks like, on the surface, it looks like this. I'm turning the tables. I'm creating my own victory. I'm putting these things to rest. I'm taking control of my life. I'm giving myself the dreams I want. I'm having that house that I want. I'm popping it with kids through my own way. That's what it looks like. But underneath, I'm seeing it's also about this temperance, you know, and see the baby right here, seeing this baby as this thing that delivers you. Temperance is about, it's an attempt to kind of like bring you into soothing, right? It's to heal. But when I draw some cards on it, I do see again this magician, you taking things into your own hands, as the Queen of Wands taking things into her own hands. But I'm seeing the Devil card here, okay? So that tells me on the one hand that yes, some of you, yes, you are thinking about this and it looks like it has a blessing with it. But for some of you, be mindful. Everybody check first with yourself. What is it really? Is it truly a reaction to a tower gone wrong and I'm going to the opposite end because I felt so powerless in this situation, and so I'm like, bump that, I'm making my own miracles now, I'm gonna have a baby. If that's where you are coming from, then they're saying I wouldn't get involved with this baby and artificial insemination, whatever. But if it truly is coming from a place of love and you having worked through these issues and coming from a good standpoint, then I would say definitely it's something you can consider, right? So once again, it's about checking ourselves, going inward, doing the spiritual journey, journaling, working through your messages, working through your feelings, and seeing what your next step is going to be. So I think that, yeah, that's for those of you who are thinking about having a baby. I'm seeing some of you Divine Feminines turning to more educational pursuits. And I'm also seeing some of you turning to like more spiritual pursuits. I'm seeing her take a book off the shelf and it has like Wicca on it, and her wanting to learn spells and how to do this and that. So a lot of you are seeking learning coming out of this hard place, right? It's all about empowering yourself to find new ways of relating to yourself and relating to the world. It's almost like you lost something big and now you want to make sure you never lose something again, and instead you're trying to turn to something that can't be lost. Like for some of you it's the baby thing, like I said. For some of you it's education, right? I'm just seeing just you trying to be more productive in how you're using your time and your resources. Now, for the Divine Masculine, and these are the last two cards for the reading, the Divine Masculine, I'm seeing him turning to this hermit, and see, it's along his journey. And as he turns to this hermit, I'm seeing that whatever he's turning towards to do, it's going to be about bringing balance. Now, it's interesting because earlier in the reading, I noticed that the two were together. Here, the masculine is on the left, and over here, the feminine's on the right. But here, the feminine is being shown on the left, and here the masculine's on the right. I'm seeing this masculine here as this hermit turning to go this way. And he's passing through the Six of Pentacles, which is all about bringing balance. So I'm seeing that whatever he's going off to do on his own is going to be working towards bringing balance to this connection, working towards union, but also working towards making amends to the feminine. All right? Now, I love the idea of him doing that, and I love the idea. Look at how she's focused on work. She's focused on herself. She's focused on learning, and I love that, because as she's you know, doing this and having these bubbles around her and focusing, he feels safe enough to come in, because he can come in, make amends, and not like come in and have some woman jump straight on him, right? He wants to be able to come in and have a seat and like do this and do that and breathe. And you know, so a lot of times we need to, and that's part of balancing in the twin flame connection, by the way. Part of bringing the balance is having temperance and tempering this desire to move forward towards the next person. It's like, oh hey, hi, and the other person is like, no, right? And that starts to wait for it, right? So it's about having balance in the way that you guys come together and relate to each other. All right? So anyway, Pisces, this reading is definitely geared towards Pisces who are in twin flame unions. That is the message that's coming through for Pisces this month. And even if you're not a Pisces, and even if you are not sure what a twin is or whether or not you're on a twin flame journey, the rule is always the same. If you feel that this resonates with you, it's most likely for you. And it's timeless, so I'm going to actually add it not only to Pisces, but it's going to become available to whoever wants to watch it. All right? Oh, I'm definitely tired trying to get these last few words out. But I thank you guys so much, and Godspeed. If you have any comments, you can leave it below. If you would like to have a personal reading, I almost said a spiritual reading, yeah, personal reading, please reach out to me. And if you would like to donate, please, you can see the link in the bottom, in the box below. You just copy that link into your URL and press enter, and it should come to a page where you just put in an amount. And I thank you so much, guys. Bye. Mwah. Bedtime.